Alright, so on the way to Wilmington, North Carolina, was browsing the Facebook Marketplace and saw this computer, and I'll post it on the screen, pop up for $150. I offered $100, he took the deal. I think this could be a good deal. So let me tell you why. Now, browsing on the Facebook Marketplace is a gamble. You could get scammed, or you could get a really good deal. I think I got a good deal on this one for the simple sense that when I zoomed into the picture, it shows an H470 motherboard, which is Intel 10th Gen, which is pretty good. It's got a graphics card, you can see the memory. Don't know too many specs about it. Maybe being into this $120, we can easily flip this for $300 to $400, just depending on the graphics card, the memory, and if anything works. So, should be there in about 20 minutes, and I'll show you what we got. All right, so it's actually the next day, and well, we got her in the garage. $100 could be a good deal. So let's kind of dive into it a little more, see what we got, see if I even got a CPU. Maybe we got storage, probably not, but let's take a look. So first thing, i5 10th Gen. That's pretty good. It's actually pretty good for $100. So that could be nice. Looking at the DVD drive, it's one of those removable, hot swappable DVD drives, so you could, change to different DVDs. No, they just probably forgot to screw it in. Brought in the dust bunnies. Well, dust that and clean it off. Did give me the power connector, which is nice. And it's got, the whole Wi-Fi thing. Pretty cool. Bonuses. Let's open it up. And let's dive into it. So, R7 370, which is kind of a bummer. I mean, those graphics cards, they're really not that good. I mean, years later. There are older ones that have a little more VRAM. But that one, it's a little bit of a bummer. But it's okay. We can make it work. Or just repurpose it. The memory is in the wrong channels, because you don't want your memory so fast that it can't keep up with your gaming experience. So, we're not utilizing the dual channel. Ars Game 650 watt power supply. I know a lot of people have mixed comments on this. I've been using these power supplies for years. I actually have a computer that I built 4 years ago with actually a 650 watt. Customer's still using it. He hasn't had an issue or anything, so I think it's a good power supply. DVD drive is disconnected. I'm not seeing any type of storage or anything. And like I spoke about earlier, ASRock H, can I get it in there? Probably not. H470M, so Intel 10th Gen, which is the real reason why I bought it. Now the case is not in too bad a condition. I mean, we could definitely repurpose this and make it better. Little dent over here. Might be able to pop it up. I think we could fix it and still, for the right price, we'll be fine. So now I think what I want to do is just go ahead, fire it up, see what kind of CPU we have. Before we take anything apart, let's just fire it up. Now the seller said that it doesn't turn on, it's sad, it doesn't turn on. I don't know, the story's a little all over the place, as he said it's sad, and then it randomly didn't turn on, but then he said the computer just was ignored, neglected. Yeah. Let's just see what it does. The good news, it works. The okay news, it's an i3. Like I said, the i3 10th Gen is actually a pretty decent CPU. Would have been nice to have the i5, especially if it would have been the i7, but stock CPU cooler, yeah, they don't come with that. So I doubt somebody would buy an i7 10th Gen and then just hunt that down. But then again, stranger things has happened, like plugging in the reset button instead of the power button. So I think what we're going to do now is give it the whole dust action thing and kind of get rid of the dust. I'm going to pop in a solid state drive and boot this thing up, do a little stress test to kind of make sure that the memory CPU, I'm not going to dive into it just yet. Got a couple of ideas kind of percolating in the head. So let's clean it first. So kind of judging a book by its cover, it looks like they did have a SATA drive at one point. Pretty sure this is not factory with this Thermaltake case. So let's find us, you know what, just put these cables through. This computer is going to have to be, you know, gone through, thoroughly cleaned, and put back together correctly before I could do anything else. Molex. All right, I need you. So go here. Sure. Yeah, that'll work. All right, that can hang out right there. Let's plug it in, fire it up. I'm gonna install a copy of Windows, and then we'll stress test it. This will let us know if this is a viable machine. Okay, folks, she's up and running. Pretty quiet, stable, no issues. Installation of Windows was good, and we're doing some stress test on it. And as you can see, got a few issues. Number one, the CPU throttling is overheating. It's hitting upper 90s, but I mean, that's to be expected. It's got a Mickey Mouse cooler. I think it probably has a low fan curve. I mean, it's really not doing much of anything. And our GPU, the R7 370, she's struggling to stay in the race. You know, she might get a participation trophy. But yeah, for the most part, I've been running this test for an hour. System is stable, so we're good to go. So we're going to end the video here. This case is not going to sell itself. I mean, unfortunately, the world we live in, everybody wants RGB. They want clear front panels, and you know, they want to show off the good stuff. And I think that's the best way that I'm going to be able to get the best bang for this buck if I'm to flip this computer. So I'm going to have to come up with a way to kind of, you know, put a clear panel. I got a few ideas. One easier, one hard. We might take the path of least resistance or go somewhere down the middle. Just depends. And then this cooler, we'll probably beef it up. I got a bunch of spare coolers that are a lot better than that. So beef up the cooler, clean this thing out, give this motherboard a good cleaning, fix the memory issue. And I know I have a better graphics card that will kind of fit the budget and allow me to get some better bang for the buck for this computer. So I'll have to just go through my box of cards and see which one I'm going to put in there. So for $100, I think I got a good deal. I got the bones, everything that I need to do. And honestly, the only thing I really need to probably spend money in is a solid state drive. I don't have one available for it, but I mean, 500 gigs are like $20, $30 depending on the brand that you're going to. So that's a good thing. And as far as graphics cards, I got a ton. And if you're fixing computers, flipping computers, or you end up with extra parts, I have a lot of clients that when they upgrade, they just give me their old parts. So I probably got like a 1650 or a 1660 line around there that might be a better bang for it. Maybe even a 1060, 1070. I don't know. Definitely comment down below and let me know what you think would be a good card to pair with this one. So hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for part 2, and hopefully we could be able to jazz this thing up.